The creation of Iblis and his status among the angels. The story of Iblis, the rebellious figure in Islamic theology, begins not with evil, but with honor and distinction. Before his fall, Iblis occupied a place of high standing among the heavenly beings, worshipping God with great devotion. Although he is not an angel by creation, he was granted a rank among them because of his knowledge, obedience, and deep acts of worship. His origin, however, reveals a key difference: he was created from smokeless fire, unlike angels who were created from light. The Quran makes this distinction clear in Surah Al-Kahf 18:50, he was from the Jinn, and he departed from the command of his Lord. While angels are completely obedient and incapable of sin, Jinn are beings with free will, just like humans. Iblis' inclusion among the angels was not due to his nature, but due to his apparent devotion and worship, which earned him a position of respect in the heavenly realm. Yet his true nature would soon be tested. According to Islamic tradition, after God created Adam, the first human being, he commanded the angels to bow down to Adam as a sign of respect and acknowledgement of God's new creation. This moment was not about worshipping Adam, but about showing obedience to the Creator's command. All the angels obeyed except Iblis. The Quran records this pivotal moment in multiple verses, including Surah Al-Baqarah 2:34 and Surah Al-Araf 7:11, 12. When asked why he refused, Iblis replied, "I am better than him. You created me from fire and created him from clay." This response revealed the arrogance hidden within Iblis. He did not disobey because of misunderstanding or confusion. He disobeyed because of pride and envy. He viewed himself as superior due to his fiery origin and refused to accept that a being made of clay could be honored above him. This was not simply a matter of pride, it was an act of open rebellion against the direct command of God. Despite being reminded of his position and given the opportunity to repent, Iblis chose to persist in his defiance. His pride transformed into a challenge against the entire human race. Instead of seeking forgiveness, he made a vow to lead Adam and his descendants astray. This marked his transition from a worshipper among the angels to the chief enemy of humanity, determined to prove that humans were unworthy of divine favor. Thus, the fall of Iblis was not a fall in terms of rank alone, it was a spiritual collapse, rooted in arrogance and disobedience. His refusal to bow was the first act of pride in creation, setting the stage for his eventual role as Satan, the deceiver and accuser. From the heights of honor, he descended into disgrace, not because of who he was created to be, but because of the choice he made when faced with divine command. The rebellion, the curse, and Iblis' vow against mankind. After Iblis refused to obey the divine command to bow to Adam, his rebellion became complete. He was no longer a being of honor among the heavenly assembly, but a symbol of pride, disobedience, and spiritual arrogance. The refusal to submit was not merely an act of pride, it was the beginning of a long war against humanity, a mission of vengeance fueled by jealousy and resentment. This single moment of defiance changed the course of his destiny and placed him in direct opposition to the divine plan. The Quran records Iblis' rejection and God's response in multiple chapters, including Surah Al-Araf 7:13, 18 and Surah Sad 38:74, 85. When God said to him, "What prevented you from prostrating to what I created with my own hands?" Iblis responded defiantly, "I am better than him. You created me from fire and created him from clay." This was not just disobedience, it was a declaration that God's judgment was flawed. By placing his own reasoning above divine wisdom, Iblis displayed the first instance of rebellious reasoning, claiming superiority based on his substance rather than the will of the Creator. In response, God cast him out from his mercy, saying, "Then get out of it, for indeed, you are accursed." And indeed, upon you is my curse until the day of judgment. Yet Iblis did not ask for forgiveness. Instead, he requested respite until the day of resurrection, a delay in his punishment. His aim was not to reform, but to gain time to carry out his mission. God granted this request, not as a favor, but as part of the divine test for humanity. Iblis then vowed to dedicate his existence to the corruption and deception of mankind. As stated in Surah Al-Hijr 15:39-40, he declared, "My Lord, because you have put me in error, I will surely make disobedience attractive to them on the earth, and I will mislead them all except, among them, your chosen servants." This reveals the cunning strategy of Iblis. He would not only invite humans to sin, but he would beautify evil, make falsehood appear appealing, and cast doubt on the truth. He would attack from every direction, front, behind, right, and left, leaving no path undefended. His mission was personal. He blamed mankind for his own fall, and in his pride, sought to prove that humans were unworthy of divine favor. Yet even in this act of rebellion, Iblis acknowledged the authority of God. He sought permission, he swore by the Lord's might, and he admitted that he could not mislead the truly sincere servants of God. This contradiction shows the complex nature of Iblis, defiant but aware, arrogant yet still bound by the limits set by the Creator. The fall of Iblis was not just a moment of disobedience. It was the beginning of an ongoing conflict between guidance and misguidance, humility and pride, obedience and rebellion. He became the arch-enemy of humanity, not because of his nature, but because of his choice to defy the command of God and his refusal to repent. Iblis' role until the end times and his ultimate fate. Following his rebellion and expulsion from divine mercy, Iblis took on the role of perpetual adversary to mankind. His mission was no longer worship, but deception, temptation, and the ruin of souls. Granted time until the day of judgment, he became a powerful force of misguidance, swearing to attack humanity from every angle and to divert them from the straight path. His presence in the world is a test, a constant spiritual challenge that each individual must face. In the Quran, Iblis is not presented as an equal rival to God. He has no power except that which is allowed within divine limits. In Surah Ibrahim 14:22, Iblis himself admits this: "I had no authority over you except that I invited you, and you responded to me." This verse makes it clear that Iblis cannot force anyone into sin. His strength lies in suggestion, whispering, and manipulating desires. He works silently, crafting illusions of pleasure, success, and pride to pull people away from righteousness. But the decision to obey or disobey remains with the individual. Throughout Islamic tradition, Iblis has been described as the one who plants doubts, fuels arrogance, and breaks unity. He whispers to individuals during prayer, disrupts concentration, and even interferes with family and social harmony. One narration in the Hadith states that he sends his soldiers across the earth each day, and the one who causes a rift between a husband and wife is praised most. This shows that Iblis targets the foundations of society, faith, family, and moral discipline. Yet, despite his efforts, Iblis recognizes that he cannot reach the true servants of God. As stated in Surah Al-Hijr 15:40, "Except your sincere servants among them." This serves as a message of hope, that those who are sincere, humble, and constantly remembering God are protected. They may be tempted, but they are not overcome. As the end times approach, Iblis' activity is believed to intensify. In various narrations, it is said that he will play a role in supporting the rise of the Dajjal, the false Messiah, and in spreading mass deception. His influence will be widespread, reaching into hearts, systems, and societies. But just as his efforts peak, his time will come to an end. On the day of judgment, Iblis will be held fully accountable. His deception will be exposed, and his excuses will be worthless. He will be cast into the hellfire, along with those who followed him. Surah Sad 38:85 records the divine decree, "I will surely fill hell with you and those who follow you, all together." This is the ultimate justice. He who led others astray, refusing every chance to repent, will suffer eternal consequence. In the end, Iblis serves a purpose within the divine plan. He is the mirror of arrogance, the test of sincerity, and the shadow that makes the light of truth visible. His fall is a warning, and his fate is a lesson that pride, even in the realm of worship, leads only to ruin when it defies the command of God.